Hey guys, good afternoon everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is Miss Jaydee for our Sunday episode of our daily stock market insights. And in this video, we are going to discuss the highly traded stocks for last Friday. At the same time, some of your requests in my previous video where you commented your requested stocks. Okay, so if this is the type of video you want to watch every single day, feel free to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Okay, so let's get started. For the index, we ended with a red. I assume this is just a profit taking sentiment last Friday, and I think it's just a healthy pullback at this point. If we are to plot our Fibonacci retracement, we happen to just bounce at the first area of possible bounce at the 0.236 level. So if we will continue to move up again, then definitely it must have requested this first area of possible bounce. You use your Fibonacci retracement to understand the key levels where you will watch out for a possible bounce. So and then a continuation can happen. At this point, I'd say now our new support area is just right at this level, and then continue to move up again. And that's the overall my overall view. See this foreign selling also dominated last Friday. It's just I think this is just one of the normal Fridays that we had, whereby profit taking normally happens on a Friday. But we'll see. Let's check out our individual stocks and find out if the same sentiment is happening. Okay. So let's first talk about I think this is one of the requested stocks. SCC over here. SCC. Bakit ayaw? There. Okay, SCC, we have crossed the MA20 mark in my Bollinger Band over here. So this could just be a slight overshoot. You know why? Because at this point, it is somehow respecting this channel that we have. So your trigger point is if this gets broken, let's say another red day will happen on Monday, then that means there's a continuous breakdown in the price. But this area over here, the red candlestick, last red candlestick over here, it's just a tolerable overshoot because this is just within the MA20 line, and slightly it's lower than the MA20 line. But if you are to look back in the previous candlesticks, it is still within the acceptable level. In an uptrend, sometimes you have your lower highs, I mean lower low, I mean higher low. Okay, so when it drops and then the next time it drops again, it's higher than the previous low. So higher low and then higher high, that's still in an uptrend. So technically we are still in an uptrend for SCC, and we're very near a support area. This too has scheduled dividend release. Next date is on the 11th. I just take note of that. That's 1 peso and 50 cents. You also had some foreign buying that happened last Friday, so this could be a possible accumulation for those people who are interested to uh, invest in the stock. Yeah, okay. Actually, if you're to look at it sideways, previously you have your support or resistance right at this level. Okay, this is your resistance over here. Now, if you look to the right, that now becomes your support. Resistance here, and then support here. So I think for those people who may have already entered way below here and would like to add some more, this is just a healthy pullback from its highest point over here. Next is Annie. Annie, we got rejected. We got rejected at the MA20 line, so currently reversed this time. I'd say this is still in a downtrend. You have here your lower highs. Each time it bounces, you are reaching some lower levels for your resistance. So it is respecting this key movement over here, um, moving downwards. So I am conservative for Annie. I think it will continue to drop. Let's monitor this stock once it reaches around 490, 498, for around 498 to 5. Okay, so that's your key levels. So rejection, a few days of red, and watch out for 498 level for a possible support. Next, let's talk about Converge. Converge also ended red today. So let's try to measure it. Sorry guys, I'm in the province right now, so you'll hear my background. Okay, so we ended red today, so that could already be your trigger point that for those people who are already profitable, try to lock in your gains because there could be a possible pullback. And some key areas to watch out for would be your 28.47, 27.23, and 26.23. So these are the possible areas where if it is going to go down, that level could be your area of bounce. So you might want to consider re-entering after you take profit here, re-enter somewhere below, and you're still good. Overall, the upside here is still very promising because at one point it even reached as high as 44. So at any time there's an opportunity to re-enter, enter it. Okay, because I think there's a, if I'm not mistaken, there's a speculation that Starlink will partner with Converge. Yeah, but don't quote me on that yet because that's just a mere speculation. Okay, so the next stock is ICT. ICT managed to recover, so that's really good. At the same time, well, we're approaching our key resistance level. Okay, so that's your resistance area, 230.25. Um, ICT really good in terms of fundamentals. This will most likely just continue to move higher and higher, and then each time it drops, those are just healthy pullback. ACEN. ACEN managed to already cross the MA20 line. In the short term, this is your resistance area, so we might experience some rejection, right? Some rejection over there. Okay. 870 to 905. My take here is if you want to really enter in this stock, wait for that pullback because anyway, we don't move in a straight, linear line. You will still be able to take advantage of those fluctuations. So, for instance, this reaches this level, all you gotta do is find the lowest point over here and drag it all the way up. And then these will be your key levels where you can potentially enter those lines because when it reaches down, those are the key areas where it will normally bounce. At this point, I'd say this is, if you are a position trader, I'd say this is not the area where we normally enter. If it reaches this level and then there's a pullback, maybe that's the time. The nearer you are to the MA20 line when you enter, the better. Ali, Ali is still on the bearish side. We were not successful in breaking the MA20 line. At this point, this is the support I'm seeing somewhere around the 34.25. So maybe a day or two of red, and then chances are normally what will happen is it will uh, create a support. maybe a day or 2 or 3 days of lingering in that area before it goes up again. So maybe you can watch out for it somewhere around the 34 to 34.25. Okay. Dito. Dito still moving sideways, a little higher than the MA20 line, but still within the area of support. Okay, so our support could be a little higher than, I used to plot it somewhere around the 5 peso area. I think this time, because the movements are so low, so I still consider this a sideways movement. So maybe if you can enter somewhere 512 or 5 peso area, even better. But I think because there isn't much volume over here, this will just continue to move sideways. SMPH. SMPH, we're currently moving below the MA20 line. I'd say this is still um, on a downtrend. The overall sentiment of the stock is still on a downtrend. That's the resistance. So we're moving below the MA20 line, so chances are we will still just be in here. Support is somewhere here, so at least you know the key area. So you, depending on your gameplay, you may decide. Some people would prefer to do a breakout, meaning a breakout of this downward channel or downtrend channel, or they'd wait for a support, then that's the time they enter. But right now, just know that there is already some foreign buying that's happening here, and then your RSI is already in the 49 level. So I'd say um, almost 50% of the population is already into buying, and then 50 is already still on the bearish side. Okay, but yeah, it's um, it's another stable company, it's just that real estate right now. Yeah, I think this is the real estate of SM. Their the overall sentiment is still on the conservative side. So I'd say maybe support area. Wait for you can enter the support area. Just establish a tight stop loss. So for instance, when you say tight stop loss, what's your tolerable loss? So five 5%, 6%, that if it drops to that level, then at least you exit so that um, you won't experience too much loss there. For instance, you're not able to catch it right away. My take there is just wait for it to recover then. Cutting losses will only work if you're able to exit in a timely manner. But if it's already 25%, 30% red, I'd say just wait, because that's already a sure loss on your end. And that in that case, or in that scenario, cutting loss will not work, because you will eventually burn your portfolio. Okay, so key lesson there is, when cutting your loss, make sure you execute it in a timely manner. And if you fail to catch it right away and it goes even further down, then you just wait. That's my 2 cents. And I know some of you may object, and just know that we have different perspectives, and we have different profile. So you still have to decide for yourself which gameplay you can tolerate, because at the end of the day, it is your portfolio, it is your account, your hard-earned money that you're playing around with. Okay, so I think those are the stocks that I have reviewed for you today. Thank you guys for watching, and bye bye for now.